Even if you bump that keyboard just a little bit, the fucking battery's full.
They just die.
Yeah, we'll just lose connection. I'll fucking
cheap old technology. It's the Spark and Plug Talks. I'm Dylan, that's Aaron, and we are here with the fantastic Mr. Ry Shows. Thank you for coming out, my man.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for surviving laryngitis for us, or the second coming of laryngitis. Is this the?
Well, I think I'm over the hill, but we'll see. It's a struggle. I couldn't talk for like 2 days.
You sound like you've been through the ringer.
Yeah, sound like I smoked too many packs of cigarettes, but it's okay.
Well, that's all right. You don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to tell us that you really did smoke too many.
No,
I gotta smoke cigarettes. Yeah, I tried to get Dylan to smoke cigarettes for the longest time to try to get a better voice.
Get that smokiness.
A lot of old musicians, they used to say that they smoke cigarettes so their voice would sound the way, but you just need allergies. You don't even have to put yourself through that.
Get laryngitis.
Little music hack, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming out, man. Thanks for rescheduling. We worked through some scheduling stuff.
Yeah.
And thanks for playing 3 awesome songs for us. Man, you said you were an English teacher?
Yes.
Your lyricism is very, you got some prose in there for sure. It's very, do the two kind of go hand in hand sometimes in a weird way?
Yeah, like I was figuring out what I wanted to go to college for, and I started off as a biology major, and I realized that I had to do math. I really just wanted to be a biology major just because I like to go fishing, and I thought it would make me better at fishing, but didn't work like that.
That's an understandable parallel. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, but fuck math.
Crap.
Yeah. Math sucks. Jinx. But yeah,
fuck it.
Math stinks, so I changed my major to English education because my dad was a teacher, my mom's a teacher. I thought it runs in the family, so I'll be pretty decent at it.
Were either of them musicians?
No. So nobody in my family really played musical instruments except me and my brother both started playing guitar at the same time. He's 6 years younger than me, but there's one guy who, on my dad's side of the family, I think he married in though, so I don't even think he was like
he don't count
by blood. But yeah, he played music, but other than that, it's like me and him. That's it.
Yeah. What is so you primarily play guitar?
Yes.
And what's he play?
He also played guitar, but he's still in high school, and I went with the guitar, and he's playing soccer now, so he's trying to get into college.
he dropped that one. Mm-hmm. Well, fair. Maybe we'll pick it up later on.
I think I stole his hobby.
Right on. How long have you been playing? Let's start at the beginning. What were you as a kid, as a little kid? What were your parents playing, and you were listening in the back seat, like, hey, this ain't bad, you know?
So I had like 3 different forces of music. My dad he was in the grunge and all that stuff.
Nice.
So I grew up on REM and Nirvana and all that stuff. And then my mom's dad would pick me up from school a lot, my papaw, and he always had like 50s on 5 and 60s on 6.
50s on 5.
So yeah, on Sirius.
That's awesome.
So I would be singing to like all that stuff. I knew all the words to those songs.
Do they still have the Sirius XM 50s on 5?
I haven't listened in a long time. I bet they still do.
The wacky sound effects.
Yeah.
My dad had lithium in his RAM.
Lithium.
Lithium.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I heard some good shit on lithium.
Yeah. Lithium ruled.
Yeah, I'm a slave to pop rocks.
Which one is that?
I don't know. It's like one of the channels that it's just like, I think they branded as like alternative music that crossed over into pop or whatever, and it's like it'll. Sometimes
bare naked ladies and shit.
Sometimes it'll be bare naked ladies. Sometimes I just like the poppy catchy. Like you're driving and it's just like perfect.
Yeah.
Exactly. 1 week since you looked at me, and I'm
the fastball or some shit.
Exactly.
In there.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lifehouse, random shit like that.
Fucking semisonic.
Mm-hmm.
I can get down with that.
Cranberries.
A perfect example.
Oh, I love cranberries. Yeah, cranberries are nice.
I'm glad they had
their big resurgence.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm glad they had their second coming. I'm sad that.
The gods of
Dolores
TikTok
isn't around
decided
to
look down upon them and arise, bring them up. Just same as apparently Deftones, apparently too. I was unaware of that.
A bunch of my students love Deftones.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
I think how it works is that who's ever in high school at the time, whatever their parents liked is like what's cool.
It comes back around a little bit
because I think grunge was kind of popular when I was in high school
Yeah.
with like all the indie kids and
We
stuff.
were like that, yeah. You mean,
Yeah.
when did you graduate?
I graduated in 2020.
So we graduated in
Okay.
2016.
Yeah.
So we were, now that you know, that's interesting because you can kind of see the crest of, because I guess when we were seniors, you were technically a freshman or 8th grade. We were into grunge and shit, but a lot of the guys around us weren't really, their rock stuff wasn't that.
Yeah,
It was-
maybe they hadn't taken it up yet, but you know they hadn't.
It was
grown.
still stuck on like, I mean, the rock guys that I knew of in Wellston going to high school, and even ACM, a lot of those guys were still into, there's a certain type of metal, and I'm forgetting. There's so many fucking subgenres of metal, and there's
new metal.
No, it still wasn't new metal. It wasn't
I
necessarily
wish
new
it was
metal.
new
It
metal.
was
That'd be
fucking
so awesome.
Man, it was really. It's like really clean production shit. I can't remember the subgenre of it. Anyways, but it was kind of
Like
that.
Metallica.
No, not thrash. No, it'd been cool if it was kind of Metallica. It was more like
Like
fuck, man. I'm trying to think of some bands. It's not my cup of tea, so I never really like
what
you
band
know
did
POD.
No, I would love POD. I would have been. I like that's still kind of new metal shit. So I'd still totally be down for that. But anyways, I digress. What come back around is like 4 years down the road, I started noticing that like a lot of guys younger kind of were roping back to the grunge shit, and I was like, damn, dude, that's how we were like in high school.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I
think we were
follows.
right ahead of that. Yeah,
Yeah, we're a little bit ahead of it.
That's all my dad seemed to play. Man, was when driving around. It was like he'd have like Pearl Jam's first, I don't know, 3 or 4 albums on repeat. That's how I have a strange fondness for the Avocado album that no one else likes.
Yeah.
But you
That's
know,
some
it
good
was
shit on there.
It has. I shouldn't say no one else likes it, but it's maybe one of their lesser liked albums. But anyways, yeah, he was playing that stuff all the time, man. Ingrained in my brain.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think there was even good music until I was probably old enough to start searching for it myself. You know, I was like, the only good music that exists is basically Pearl Jam, Nirvana, maybe some Alice in Chains, Soundgarden.
That's it.
You know,
What
that's
about
it.
Deftones is so, because it's weird that I'm interested in, since you're like in with these kids, what about them do they like? So it's just Chino's like fucking really like dramatic
Delivery
voice and
yeah.
stuff, and he makes everything seem like it's all like
Maybe it's relatable when you're younger and he's like,
Yeah.
you stabbed me.
yeah.
In my heart.
Yeah,
Anything like,
waves. He says waves a lot.
Anything like that is something that they really like. They also it's kind of like it's early 2000s is back around already, which is like, oh my goodness.
Everybody's got the trip pants and Doc Martens.
Like
and,
I was born in that time, and that style is back around.
It is.
It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's kind
and
of.
I'm like,
it's
okay,
kind of freaky.
getting older is real. And I mean, I'm only 23, but like still, it's like, wow.
It's kind of it is surreal, dude. It only gets worse.
Yeah.
It only gets worse.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what's going to be on the. Like, is 5 Finger Death Punch going to become like?
Yeah, at some point,
a
dude.
nostalgic.
At
style
some point,
band?
dude.
Because
you know,
like, fuck, man, those guys.
Lady Gaga and stuff.
Whoa.
Like we hit 2030
I love
something.
Gaga.
Someone's gonna be
Yeah.
like, oh, I loved, back when that vintage old Just Dance came out, and we're like, that's not that old, and it's like,
Dude,
wow,
that-
2008, that was 30
I
years
will
ago
say,
or something crazy.
That new Deftones album sounds fucking incredible.
It really
It
does.
sounds so
I mean,
good.
as far as
Oh,
liking Deftones,
wow,
that new album sounds really good.
sounds really
If
good.
the kids say I like
Yeah.
their new album, respect for them.
Yeah.
'Cause it sounds really
that's
good.
a good sounding album, man.
I'd be honest, I have not really listened to Deftones all that much.
You know, I fell
I have
victim.
to be in the mood for them. They're not like a always
Yeah.
on for me band, but I will go through phases. It's like the Smashing Pumpkins for me.
Yeah.
Like they're always in a playlist somewhere I have, but they're never like a band I'm always like Deftones.
I fell
all the
victim
time.
to the marketing machine.
But I do like them.
and I just saw the album cover and I
They do
thought it
have
was really nice looking. It has like the
fantastic-
snake with the,
yeah.
and I was like, that's cool. And I just tapped.
They
on
have great
it and
album
listened to
covers.
it.
They
Yeah,
do.
they have the owl and stuff on the one out. That was an awesome one.
I came in as Deftones. The album that caught me was just White Pony,
White Pony, I
which
was
is
gonna
always
say, that's a
catches
classic one.
White Pony, and that was forever ago. I think that was back in middle school or some shit.
Yeah, that was it was released back in I was gonna say 2002, but I don't know if I'm right there.
See,
Yeah,
that's the
Diamond
thing.
Eyes came out in 2010, I
Somewhere
think.
around there.
And White Pony was, I don't know, I can't remember.
But what was the? So you talked about the two forces. What was the third? What was the third one? besides the 50s and 60s
Yeah.
series.
Oh yeah, your grandpa.
Well, like later on, I started country started catching my eye because early 2000s and like that era of country music was just not. I didn't really like it. It was on the radio and I could sing the songs.
It feels very synthetic, in that way. A lot of the very popular writing is you can dig just like today. You can dig underneath the surface and find people, but yeah. But
then I got around my other grandparents. They were my grandma specifically was more like a hippie or kind of hippier lady more, but she grew up in Montana and they were close to Canada, and I guess some by way of cultural transmission, she got a hold of Gordon Lightfoot.
Nice.
And she was like Gordon Lightfoot's #1 fan, so...
Dude, I was going to say, there has to be some, classic 70s singer-songwriter stuff in what you play, because it's like, the influence is there.
That was the start of it all, and, the real big one was 𝙗𝙬𝙘 𝙎𝙬𝙘. I was in, my freshman year of high school. I got into middle school, and I just... I'm embarrassed about my music taste in middle school, but it was
stop. It can't be that bad.
It was like Drake and...
Been there, dude.
Hey, that's what people were listening to. You know what I mean? It's hard to...
I mean, Drake was really good back then, though. Like, the album cover with the clouds and his, the drawing.
He's got some good songs. He's got, I'm not going to die on the, Drake is amazing hill, but, he definitely has a good pop song.
He will
he
always
has good rap songs.
be the handicapped kid in Degrassi for me. My sister watched that show, and so I watched that show growing up. And now every time I see him, I'm always like, dude, you ain't that fucking hard, man. You played a fucking handicapped kid in Degrassi. You got shot in that show.
I think Kendrick laid it out pretty well.
You got in that show, dude. Don't you fucking let that shit. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Kendrick never got.
Then Drake kind of fell out, and then I was into SoundCloud rap for one little bit when Chance the Rapper was coming on.
Yeah, and you just looked at yourself in the mirror and you were like, "What am I doing?"
I did, and then I saw there's this old video from this documentary, Heart Won Highways, of 𝙗𝙬𝙘 𝙎𝙬𝙘 playing Poncho and Lefty, and I was like, "Oh, that's it. That's what I want to do."
Oh, that's pretty cool. When you write your songs, do you kind of channel those singer-songwriters and
Yeah, I think I used to. I really relied on their formulas and everything. But
there's not many better formulas to rely on. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but now as I've gotten more into my own bag, I think I'm less relying on them. Obviously, all that stuff stays with you, the melodies, and it's where you kind of your subconscious gets them from. But
you reach back to it almost subconsciously. Yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm trying to get away from trying to be a carbon copy and trying to do my own thing.
Do your own thing, yeah. Yeah, that's good. I mean, you expand it out there. It's hard because you keep writing stuff and you're like, oh, this is good. Damn it, I just copied the exact same thing I did 5 songs ago. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that for sure.
Some dude commented on YouTube, and I didn't like it at the time because he said, hey, I really like your stuff, but when I want to listen to 𝙗𝙬𝙘 𝙎𝙬𝙘, I want to listen to him. I don't, you should do your own thing. I was like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't even... And then I thought about it. I was like, you got a point.
All right. So, criticisms hurts, but it's right sometimes.
It's made me better. So.
Yeah, for sure. How long have you been playing? How long have you actually been playing guitar?
Started playing guitar in 2017.
Okay, so a while. Yeah, okay, a minute, yeah.
Then I've only been out and gigging and stuff for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years. So.
Gotcha. Is that when you moved up to OKC area?
No, I just moved up here 2 months, or not up here. I guess I'm not in Oklahoma City right now. But yeah, I moved up to Oklahoma City in 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
But I was doing it in Lawton for a while. There's a place in Duncan that's really nice that I play at Coconut Brewery, and then the first place I ever played at I gotta shout them out because they're just such nice people. But this vegan restaurant in Medicine Park. I don't know if y'all have ever been down there.
I hear about it all the time. I hear about stuff happening in Medicine Park all the time.
It's a really cool place, but they're called the Healthy Hippie, and I showed up for an open mic, and nobody else came, so they let me play for a while. So, yeah.
Hell yeah, shout out to them. Yeah, nice.
Started there for a couple years ago, and just been...
Have you been writing just as long, or...?
I think I wrote my first song in 2019, but only seriously doing it, pursuing it for about, I don't know, 3-4 years, 5 years.
The pandemic give you a bunch of time to kind of
Yeah.
sharpen the skill. Yeah.
And then I went to college at that time too, and I was just exposed to all this good stuff. And yeah, the pandemic was weird, and I graduated during the pandemic.
Oh
and
yeah,
all that.
same here, man. It was bizarre.
Yeah, what a crazy time.
Yes. The did you listen to any of those college like you listen to KOSU or anything like that?
I went to college in Lawton.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
it's not really like a college town. And I lived at home, and I would just go to college. I would go to class and go back. I was there for the piece of paper. That was it. But
yeah. Well, fair enough. You know, getting it knocked out.
Yeah.
Do you have you recorded anything or anything?
Yeah. So a couple years ago, I started doing like some home recordings. So there's like a couple EPs from the last 2 years, but very recently, within the last year, my good friend Derek Porter, I've been recording with him. He just opened up a studio called Cowboy Angel Studios, and we just released a full-length album in June.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, and it's full band stuff, and yeah, we're trying to get into that arena.
Yeah.
So,
how'd that process play out?
it was a lot of fun, but it was it was the first time I'd ever been in like a proper studio environment. And even when you're working with your friends, like kind of losing some control over the situation was kind of difficult at sometimes, but we were like really happy with what we got in the end. So yeah.
Well, that's great. I mean, I don't know, that going in the studios for the first time professionally, you know, it's pretty intimidating because you're like, you have no idea what to expect, and especially we've definitely experienced that before.
Yeah, we've been on the not experienced side, and we've been on the experience. We've been in them both. We kind of grew up in the studio. We had like an opposite of how other people, they usually start out, they play shows and stuff. We started out in his grandpa's studio, and we weren't ever playing anything because there's nothing to play around here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, unless you're going to Stillwater or the city.
Well, we didn't even know how to do, like, how to initiate that. Like, I don't know if I don't know what I thought. If maybe there was some magical person that just like knew some person that was like, let's do a show here, and then it worked or something. I didn't know how to do any of that. Like, you know, we're 17, 18 thinking like, we can play a show. Yeah, we can play a show. And then we're like, what do we even do? Like, how does that even, do we call people? Like, what's that even?
There's no like writer. You just got to go show up.
Yeah, so
exactly.
We started out in the studio and just got our chops there. And so we've gotten pretty good at like managing people's expectations that have never been in the studio before. Usually they come in and it's like, it sucks sometimes because you can see like their face when they realize this isn't what they thought it was going to be.
Yes.
And you're like, yeah, you got to play this thing called a click.
It's real work. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, they're like, oh,
click
shit. You don't just get in there and play it. And
The
you're
mortal
like,
enemy of every unprepared
make it better
musician.
button. You know, it's work, dude.
All those old documentaries where the dudes were like, click track, what is that? I never heard of it. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm going to be like. I'm going to show up in the studio and I'll be like, no, I don't need a click track.
Those guys are great fucking musicians. So.
Yeah. And then Derek's like, we're going to do a click track. And I'm like, I don't need it. And I listen back to myself. I'm like, golly, I'm not that good.
Yeah, it's rough, dude.
Yeah, man, you have to be a monster. Like or your band has to be
tight,
so tight in order to play that one.
Everything's so modular when you record. Like you just pick up and leave. So I mean,
if you do it to a click, you can kind of jump in. There is the obvious benefits of it and stuff, but yeah, man, it can be. Sometimes you'll leave and you're like, you didn't get anything done. Yeah, you know, you gotta go home to do more work. You know, we've sent home guys before too, been like, let's try it next time. You know, they're like, fuck, man, it's pretty. It can make you not motivated to do it. Yes. Sometimes you really gotta like, you find out pretty fast if you're really into it or not.
Yeah, that's pretty fair. How'd your process go? I mean, was it fairly smooth, all things considered, or was it like kind of just like learning as you went and
we kind of
things up?
We started off just, I don't know. Are you talking about like the process?
Yeah. Like so you get there and, you know, were the other people in your band, were they experienced in a studio? Were they? So
me and Derek, I didn't have a band at the time. So me and Derek did everything.
Oh,
like
okay.
I recorded all of the guitars. Well, yeah, pretty much all the guitars, and he did drums and bass. So now he's my drummer, and then
that's how you do it right there. Well, you already played on it. Why don't you just play some shows? Yeah.
So he's the drummer, but we just showed up like first few days, or no, the first day we just did scratches of all the songs with just acoustically, and then we just build them from there. And you I don't know, I don't know if it's the same like every time because I've only done one, but there's like this honeymoon phase where you're just like get in love with the demo part of it, and then you're just like
Demoitis.
Yep. Yes, that's what you said. Yeah.
Yep.
But,
yeah, been there so many fucking times.
And then right after that, you're just like, I hate this. I don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a horrible, vicious cycle that you repeat until the end of time.
Yeah. But when it's good, man, it's just like the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Like,
what? I don't know if you might have said. What's the name of the EP?
It's called The Great Deconstruction, Part 1.
Part 1,
yes.
Implying another part?
There will be a Part 2, hopefully in February, March.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Sick,
we're
man.
working on it. We're almost done with it.
I like it when guys put up Part 2, but there was never a Part 1. I love that shit. I think that's funny as fuck. I don't know
like
why.
Mac DeMarco did like 2, and I was like, where's...
Yeah, or like Part 6 and
Yeah.
shit, and they're like, where's the other parts?
It's very artsy, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
Avant-garde.
Yeah, very avant-garde, yeah.
We were going to do, because we originally were going to do like 12 songs, just one big album, but then the way streaming is now,
It benefits you to...
I was like, why
Release
don't
them
we
out.
just do 2 individual albums of 7 songs, and then that'll give us more releases on the algorithm and whatnot.
Yep.
Like, we'll just try it out. So
Yeah, props to you, man. That's my least favorite part of anything music related is having to do all the marketing and advertising.
Yeah.
And I hate breaking it down like that.
Yeah.
It makes it already feels super inorganic when you're there in the studio and you might have to like chop something up or like come in and do a little part, and it just takes you away from being connected to it. And then you have to go and be like, I don't know who my specific target audience is. Like, I don't know, what does that even mean? And it's like classify yourself as a genre, and it's just putting a bunch of labels on things that makes it just suck.
Yeah, but that is what separates the people that, do it and don't.
Yeah.
It's just everybody, at this point in age, even if you do find a studio to do your shit for you, you're still having to do that A&R part.
yeah.
That otherwise if you were part of a label, that'd be somebody's fucking job to do that.
Yeah.
Now you're having to do it, and you're having to split your brain up into being a creative person, a technical person in the studio, and then a business guy. It's a lot. So a lot of people just either don't do it because they just can't, or they're just like, they hit that point, they're just like, fuck it.
I've said before that on here that like the people who are seem to be the most prepared are like the people who started singer-songwriting when they were relatively young, like maybe in their teens or like early 20s, and they know that's exactly what they want to do. Yeah. And
if you're still trying to figure yourself
like,
out while you're doing that shit,
it's pretty much
impossible.
because it's just so many things pulling you in different directions, and you have other commitments, and it's like it's just really difficult.
Yeah.
Really difficult.
Yeah. It sucks having to like talk about yourself like you're not the one doing it when you market and stuff like that. I had to write my own Spotify bio. I'm like, I don't want to say all these good things about myself.
Yeah, it does feel so weird. You should ask your students what they would say.
Yeah,
I bet they'd come up with something crazy.
Yeah. But yeah.
Well, where can everybody find your music and your what you're posting, what you're doing, all that stuff?
So Instagram, Ry Shows. Pretty much everything's under Ry Shows, Instagram, all that, and then music is on Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff.
Yeah, have you thought about a cool band name yet?
Yeah, so we funny story. So when we started doing the band shows, we were I really liked Neil Young, his band stuff, and he was Neil Young and Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
And I wanted something like that because it's Oklahoma. I was like, maybe I'll do a Native American chief name. So I was just like reading something one day, and this Native American chief, who was the only chief to die at Little Bighorn, I think is correct, but his name was Lame White Man.
Lame White.
That was his name. So I was like, that's it. So we started out and we were Ry Shows in the Lame White Man, or in Lame White Man, but we were like, that could be misconstrued or something. And it also kind of does sound a little bit lame. So now we're going to be Ry Shows on the Parking Lot Headliners.
Nice.
It's got
I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. Well, I wish you the best in
Thank you.
in your headlining parking lots, and keep us in mind if we can do anything.
Definitely.
And if you haven't yet, go, dear viewer, listener, I should say, go and watch his episode. I love your music, man. It's fantastic.
Thank
It's
you.
great. Even with
Really
recovering
good.
from laryngitis, he's still fantastic.
Really good acoustic work.
I played
Yes,
a house
fantastic.
played a house show yesterday, and you should have heard me then. It was kind of fun. It's
Little
like,
yippee.
sorry if I sound like I'm going through puberty.
Well, you didn't
I
sound like
am.
that here. Yeah, you didn't sound like that here.
Thanks.
No, you students can't say nothing.
Nope.
Thanks again, man. And this has been the Spark and Plug Talks. This is like, man, we're getting close to episode 20, I think, with season 4. So
Fucking pound them on, dude.
I
We
know,
are at
we
a
are-
total of like over 60 shows.
yeah, probably getting close to 60. Yeah, something like that.
One
So-
day, somebody's gonna be like, "Hey, this is a great little YouTube series." And
if
maybe not.
if we hit 100, I will. I don't know, cry, shit.
there has to
maybe
be
all
something.
at the same time.
I mean, at this point, we're only. I mean, if
YouTube's
we're at
got to send us
60
something, right?
If we're
That
at
little-
60, what's another 40?
You gotta keep.
What's another 40?
Just got to keep showing up. One
I
day it'll
guess.
happen. That's the way it goes.
We'll see. Maybe yours will blow up.
There
Maybe
we
I
go.
get
There we
it.
go.
Maybe I can get an awesome clip from that. All right, we'll get on out of here and get out of your ear holes.
All right.
This is me
Yeah.
signing off. That's it.
Thanks.
All right. Thanks again for coming out, man.